Happy Friday. My name is Ramona Flower and I am the PR and social media coordinator for Coyote, Rhode Island. I'm here today to talk about our pen pal program. We've received a lot of really good feedback with the launch of our new initiative with our pen pal program, but we're also getting lots of emails, DMs, questions about writing incarcerated sex workers. So I'm here today to talk about it, to debunk some myths, to hopefully alleviate some anxiety or some stress, and to just generally give some information, because I feel like a lot of people are curious and they're interested, but they don't really know where to start. Okay, so first things first, we're going to start on our language, because this is a really important one, and I think it kind of helps humanize the person, and it's a respect thing. Inmate and prisoner, let's not go with that language. Let's say someone who lives in prison or jail. A person that lives in jail. No prisoner, no inmate. It's bad enough that some of these people are, serving sentences for crimes that they didn't commit. It's even worse that we want to take away their name, call them prisoner or inmate, or give them a serial number. So let's just have some humanity, some empathy, some sympathy in their situation, and not call people prisoner or inmate. Okay, so this is really common in the sex work arena, but I think a lot of people outside of our industry might not think about this. We as sex workers oftentimes use stage names and fake names to kind of conceal our identity, to keep safe, etc., etc. It just creates a barrier between the person that you're writing in jail or prison. So think about a pseudonym, a fake name, a stage name, something that isn't your legal name, and also consider a P.O. box. Having a mail forwarding service or a P.O. box also helps you have a layer of protection and a barrier between you and this person. Basically, it's just a nice little thing to keep you safe and comfortable, and to create some healthy boundaries. Okay, and while I can truly empathize and sympathize with having a parent in prison or a sibling or someone in your extended family, if you are not of age, it's best not to get involved with prison pen pal programs. You're a liability, and to be frank, most of the people that live in prison don't really want to take the time to write a child that they don't know. If you are a child experiencing a loved one in prison, I sympathize and empathize and I understand, but you should be following some of our safety guidelines as well. So if it is your own family, it's one thing, but if you're just trying to write random people in prison as a 16-year-old, please don't. Thank you. All right, so once we figured out name, address, we've thought about how we're going to interact with this person, let's state our intention and be really straightforward. Be straightforward about what we can offer this person, if we have money, if we have resources, if we're going to write, once a month, once a week, just on Christmas or their birthday, for example. It's really good to be realistic. I feel like if you are a flaky person, this might not be a good thing for you. You are opening this dialogue up, and you have a responsibility to this person who, has taken the time out of their kind of chaotic circumstance to interact with you. And I think it's best that you be respectful and considerate and, truly try to show up for this person. And while we might have our own, sort of morals or ethics or integrity or guidelines or whatever else bias you have out there, consider your empathy and your sympathy in interacting with this person. Have some respect. Let that conversation flow naturally. Allow them to share with you, their very public story about their crimes are still really intimate and are probably, really maybe even triggering to them. So you're not entitled to their story. You're not entitled to asking them questions about their case or their crime. Oftentimes people are in appeals or still fighting for those things. So in a legal battle, they should not be corresponding with anybody except their lawyers about their crimes. So again, have some compassion and some empathy. Think about how we think about etiquette in our society and how we've normalized, not asking a person person how much their purse costs or how much their home costs. It's kind of like that. Like, some things are just not our business, and they're not up for us to have conversations about unless that person approaches us and tells us and, offers that information. But it's not a thing that you would just ask. So I understand why people want to know, quote unquote, people that live in prisons, crimes, but again, have some respect and some consideration. Have fun with this. Let this conversation naturally flow. This is a new friend, someone that you are showing up to be a confidant for. You have this responsibility to make this person have space and time to be seen and heard. And that's really a healing, really powerful thing. Our society has kind of incarcerated and discarded these people, has removed and stripped them down of their humanity. And ultimately, the best, thing that you can do in your allyship with this person is to give them that space to be seen and heard. People do their best healing when they have their voices heard. And this is a population of people that desperately need that. They desperately need people from the outside to reach in. So, have some consideration and use your gut and your best judgment. And I really appreciate all of the love and support, and I can't wait to see what we do with this.